Hi, this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life and welcome back to my channel. This is another telephone game, the YouTube Hop, and that is the sketch that I got. So, for what you guys didn't know, I am the very last person in my telephone hop for the YouTube Hop for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. And the person that I had to follow behind was Jennifer Gageney, I think is how it said. So, as you can tell, there was a ton of strips and a big strip that ran down the side. So it was kind of like an L shape in this. So for me, this particular layout was really, really hard for me because it is not my normal thing. So it challenged me, and I love that about that. So here I am, I'm making my strips. Now in her sketch or her layout, she has them really spread out. And I can't do that. It makes my eyes go wonky, and it's like, I can't do it. So I had to put them together. So I brought them back in, and I brought them back closer together because I can't do it. I can't spread it out that far. The only time I can do that is if I find like a grid style layout, and that's when I can do like the spreading of it, but I can't get I just can't. So I am using the July kit from the Hip Kit. And I am just going through the strips, and most of these papers are from there. I did add a few of my Pink Fresh, was it Pink Fresh? Yeah, Pink Fresh pages to this, just because that's why I bought that little bit of extra for that style of collection to put with this to make it work and make it stretch a little bit. I've gotten in the August ones, obviously, because we're doing this in August. And I'm like, I haven't finished the other one yet. I got to get to it. Because pretty soon the September's going to drop, and then I'm going to be like stuck with all these kits. So these photographs, I will let you know, they're statues. We are in Italy. And one of the statues was a full statue. I turned them black and white. And I keep them covered, as much as possible. But the funny thing is, oh yeah, by the way, there was my my tea that I was drinking that night that I did this video. So the photograph is a couple of the statues. I love the art, the sculptures, the painting, the whatever you want to call it, while you're stationed in Europe, going to visit in Europe. Any of that, I absolutely, positively love it. And the photograph, one of them is one of the pictures that I'm trying to cover it up, as you can tell. Like, I'm trying my hardest not to have it completely shown. So I'm sorry that it looks like I'm trying to cover it up, but it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. But one of the statues is just the body, and it shows everything. And then the other one, my husband is touching the butt. He is touching the butt of it, and we had this pun all day long going along, and the statue is this gorgeous, and I'm talking gorgeous, emerald green color. And I turned it black and white because it doesn't match this color scheme that I'm working with, but oh, it's so gorgeous. And he was not the only guy that did this. I'm telling you, we weren't the only ones. You could tell that people would touch it. You could tell because Josh was like, it wasn't like we were in line, but we kind of were, to get this statue for him to touch her butt. And it is where you completely see her nude, and it was a gorgeous statue. I just was in awe with it. Where we went was I think it was San Marino is where we were at. And we went up to the castle because this castle sits on this like hill. And it's actually like a mountain. It's like a peak. And it sits up on there, and you barely can see it. But when you look over, you get to see the ocean on the east side. We're like maybe 20 minutes from the ocean. You can't miss it. It was just a gorgeous area. I've scrapbooked this section of my trip last year, and I'm trying to finish up because this was one of the last set that I was working on for that particular day, or for this particular trip. And I am titling this Sculpture Day. Because it literally was Sculpture Day. I absolutely loved the way it turned out. I just loved how this layout turned out. And while you're watching this, I am the very last person. So that means in my link down below, I will have all of the days for us to put it up for you to go and look. And so mine will link back. You link back to the number 1 and you can see day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, all the way down to me. And so I hope that you absolutely loved that we did this telephone hop. I absolutely loved doing this. I was kind of glad that I was the last person, because it made it nice to where I could do this kind of whenever I want. So, and get it done on time for it. So I didn't really get mine done when I was supposed to, because I was the last person. So I had a little extra time to get this done. But, so now I'm placing down some of the ephemeras. And really, because the pictures are black and white, I could put whatever I felt like on it. But I kind of wanted to at least keep it a little bit uniform. I do put down some enamel dots. I go through this. You'll see me play around with this spot. And then I change it out because I don't like it. It doesn't look good. And it still doesn't look good while I was on this. I don't like it. Nope, not at all. And then I'm like, ooh, here comes the flowers. You'll see me change it out. It'll come off. And then there they are. So these are from One Canoe 2. And I changed that little sticker out. But it does go back on. You just see what I'm doing. So I thought I was going to try to pull this off. And then I realized that the yellow is stuck to it. The little flowery things. So I get through it and you'll see me work with it. That one says joy, and I do get it put up there. I just have to kind of play around with the pages. Like I said, I struggled with this layout because it's not my typical go-to. And then when I watched the beginning of this layout, or this hop, and it got to me, I was like, man, this is why the telephone game never works in school, in any of this. Because it changed like way in the beginning. Like, I really liked, and I guess, if you look at it, and the funniest thing, because I did not see what the very first 2 people did, I didn't see what happened, so until I got this layout done, and I was like, I kind of went back to the way it was in the beginning, because the strips got so far spread out that they should have been clustered together. And then I realized after watching Becky's for the first time, because she's the very first one, she had no strips at all, except for like a 1 or 2. So I'm like, well, I kind of went back to the way it was, kind of, I guess. And so anyway, but yeah, this is why this game is so much fun. I am finishing up here. You'll see me put on the enamel dots. The splatters are my new, my new favorite yellow mist, because it's not gold, it's yellow. And it's the spritz, and it's You're the Zest, which is kind of like You're the Best. And you'll see me do that. So make sure that you go check back at number 1 and then work your way through. And I'll have everything linked down below. And then I will talk to you soon. Bye.